Oh hey, new background.
Hi, I'm Chief Legend, Legend for short, and today I'm putting my brain to the test and doing timeline stuff about Superman. Now, there are 3 timelines I can share with 8 movies in total, and I'll explain how and why these movies fit together with the little details I caught while watching them. Just to get the obvious out of the way. The first timeline I like to start with is called the Donnerverse, which contained movies that follow the intended vision of Richard Donner. The first movie in this timeline is the 3-hour version of Superman 1. Why the 3-hour version? I hear you asking. Well, the 3-hour version just has more scenes, which for me means a more enjoyable experience. The first scene is one that's exclusive to the 3-hour version, and it's the scene where Clark is at the football field. They just got done practicing and stuff. He sees Lana struggling with the pom-poms and stuff, and he goes over and helps her, and she tells him that he's the nice guy in school and stuff, and then in one part, he says that he's the team manager. Remember that, team manager. The next movie is director's cut of Superman 2. Now, the only scene that makes an impact on this timeline is at the end where you see Superman destroying the Fortress of Solitude, whereas in Superman 4, the fortress is still there. But at the end of the director's cut, you see Superman rewind time, therefore rebuilding the Fortress of Solitude. But to be fair, this movie was made in 2006 and made use of footage left over from 1980's. And that is it for this timeline, the Donnerverse. This one is called the original timeline. The first movie in this one is the theatrical version of Superman 1. This is where that team manager thing comes into play. In this version of the movie, that scene doesn't exist. Well, it does, but Clark doesn't say he's team manager, so put that as a side note because we are moving on to the next movie. The next movie is the theatrical version of Superman 2. This one and the Donner cut have the same story, except the Fortress of Solitude does not get destroyed. That's all. Next movie. Next one is Superman 3. This is where it all comes together. That little side note they have, take it out. What does it say?
Team manager?
Exactly. There's a scene in this movie where Clark, Lana, and Brad are in a bowling alley, and Brad asks, "Boy, for a water boy in class, you sure know how to move your mouth, Ken."
Well, for a guy who was lucky to be water boy in the high school team, you sure got a big mouth, Ken.
And the water boy, he was a water boy in this timeline. The next movie is Superman 4. My reason why it fits in the timeline, the Fortress of Solitude is still there. The original timeline, everybody. Wow! Now, the next timeline is called the Kingdom Come universe. You probably know where I'm going with this. I'm going to speed through some of these, just get to the Brandon Ruth parts, because those ones really explain a bit more how this timeline works. First one is the actual version of Superman 1. Second one is the actual version of Superman 2. This next movie is a bit iffy. Superman 3. This has a scene where Superman, the laser thing comes out of his head, Clark Kent comes out, they fight each other. Now, we'll put this in iffy spot, and we'll get back to it later. Next one is Superman Returns. The reason this one fits is because the makers of the film said that this takes place after Superman 1 and 2. Now, this next one isn't even a movie at all. It is an episode of a show called Crisis on Infinite Earths. This one has 2 Supermans fighting each other. Lex Luthor mind-controlled him or something. And then Superman comes to his senses and said, "I once fought myself once."
You okay? Actually, this is the second time I've gone nuts and fought myself.
And that's the reason why this puts it in an iffy spot. Plus, there are more scenes in Superman Returns that put in an iffy spot, such as Lex Luthor when he goes to Fortress of Solitude. His assistant, Kitty or something, tells him, "You act like you've been here before," and Lex Luthor just gives her like a or something. Well, have you been there or not, Lex? You're not making it clear. I could go on and on with that, but Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3 iffy, Superman Returns, and Crisis on Infinite Earth Superman. Yeah, these are the 3 timelines that I have come up with. Hope you all enjoy. And I'll be on my way. You've got Supergirl.